Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin here after the daily and after the weekly candle close. It's going to be an impulsive week, an interesting week. Hope you all started well into the new week. Some of you are still in the yesterday time zone, but sure that's gonna change. So there is currently no evidence that this move up is finished. Obviously we broke out earlier. Yeah, we reached the first target that I gave you. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. And well, the support area worked out. And yeah, what else can I say? We are still in an uptrend. We are following this trend line at the moment. This should therefore still push higher because there is no evidence it's over, like for example, a 5-wave move to the downside on a smaller time frame would be a first signal. I cannot see it at this stage. It might happen a bit later because we don't need to push any higher. I mean, we talked about it before. This is getting exhausted at some point, but primarily I still think it should push higher. We can push higher as long as we now stay above the 50% retracement. Below that level, at least the probabilities will reduce that we go higher, right? So ideally we are now staying above 23,434. If we break below that, then there's one last chance here at 23,124. But if we go below that level, yeah, then we might have to assume that this wave 3 over here is already in. At least we made a higher high and we also reached the first target. But you can see we're starting to get exhausted a bit, because also you start to see these bearish divergences now on various time frames. So if I'm, for example, going to the if I'm going to the 4-hour chart, you can see it so clearly. That bearish divergence is so obvious now on the MACD on the 4-hour. Yeah, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, where you're making higher highs, higher highs, higher highs on the price chart. So yeah, you know, it's getting exhausted. Anybody who entered and you are, you don't want to risk losses or whatever, just move up your stop loss. You can always do that. While I'm just recording this video, we currently see a bit of a setback here. Let's talk about options, what this could mean in the short term. So first of all, just to give you some orientation, only going to take a look at the lower level wave count here in this video. So we're looking at a 1-2 setup here. The wave 3 could be finished, could also still push a bit higher. Then the wave 4 down and another wave 5 up would sort of be the more direct pattern that I'm looking at the moment here. Yeah, I'm still looking forward to that wave 4. That'd be a good one to scale in. Yeah. Key support for this area has now been lifted. I will move it up now again probably because we moved a bit higher. No, I already moved it, I think. Okay, so the key support has been lifted into the area between 20,230 to 22,220. This is the key bullish support in a wave 4, yeah? And I will move that up further as we go higher, and should we still go higher. So that's very important to understand. So this wave 4 is still a retracement area that I'm looking out for. And it also is going to be a stress test. From experience, I can tell you whenever we had rallies like this in the past, and we didn't really get a healthy wave 4, then it can very easily all of this just be a 3-wave move, yeah, ABC. And if we don't get a healthy wave 4 and the bulls cannot demonstrate their ability to hold a large wave 4 retracement, basically a significant higher low, then you often crash back. Yeah, and then it would be the continuation of the bear market. So this wave 4 is essential to give trust in this uptrend generally, yeah? And maybe even into the maybe already that the end of the bear market was here in November. But again, for that it's too early. I did explain all that in previous videos. For now, again, we always see at the moment it's just a break of the trend line. Just to remind you, we did reach target, or at least the first target for this wave C. So what could be is that this wave 3 is now done. That would be the first explanation that I have if we break out of this wedge now to the downside. And the reason for that is that, let me just show you, if we say that this here was a ending diagonal in an ABC structure in wave 3, because the wave 1 was a corrective structure as well. So if we say that, then the target for the C wave, the first target was the 1-to-1 ratio. Here at 23,860 roughly. Yeah, we reached that. And if we now get rejected and we come down a bit lower, then my first view would be, okay, wave 3 might have been finished. Yeah, normally you would expect for a wave 3 the 1.618 extension, but in a diagonal, if it's an ABC structure, the C wave, a very common target, is the 1-to-1 ratio. That's why I gave it to you as a first target. Okay, so we seem to be getting rejected now. Ideally, in a wave 4, we stay above the 50% retracement. Now, breaking below it would not necessarily be... one second, just need to think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. It would be a weak wave 3 though, if I'm looking at where the wave 1 where the wave 1 was. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But it would be good now to stay at least above the 50% retracement, which is again here 23,435. If we break even below that, then there's one more chance at 23,128. And below that level, there's a good chance that we actually come down into this larger green support area. We'll need to see where we are tomorrow. But these are sort of, for me, the most relevant support areas now. And the 50% level is also sort of aligning with all these swing highs here. Yeah. So that is going to be important as well. It would be very easy now to just follow higher. That would be the easiest option, just to get a larger C wave. Would give a bit more confidence in this pattern. And yeah, I mean, in the worst case, and that's why I gave you the 78.6 FIB as key support here at 23,140. It could be a 1-2 setup here, 1-2. The reason is there is, of course, another count possible as well, which is that triangle count we talked about here, wave A, B, C, D, E, and that this is now a wave 1. And then if we come down in wave 2, if we're holding the 78.6 FIB, that's still fine, and we could then rally in a third wave. So I'm going to observe that. Either way, you know, whatever count it is, it's not so relevant for anybody who entered in this support area. You're probably pleased because you can, again, just move up your stop loss. Yeah, move up your stop loss. And I always need to say it because the higher we go, I mean, it all depends on how you're trading, right? If you are sort of trading the short term, you might just want to move up your stop loss. If you just, you know, do your dollar cost averaging into these support areas and you keep it on your ledger or Trezor or have a spot position, you might not even want to have a stop loss. You know, it all depends on your individual risk. You know, that's completely individual. You know, completely individual decision where you use a stop loss, if you use one. Some people just prefer to set an alert when a price is crossed, and you can reassess the situation because sometimes it's not just black and white. So yeah, but that's where we are currently. So uptrend still in play here. I gave you the key support areas. I gave you the updated support for the wave 4, and let's see where we are. And if we're holding the trend line, and if we hold these support areas, we can still push higher, especially against that 78.6 FIB retracement. We can push higher, and that is here at around 23,140. And guess tomorrow we will know more. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.